This is Sounds of Awakening. I realize you think that I don't speak too clearly. You must acquire the patience to have ears to hear me speak your name. It's just the same as listening to the music on the radio. The frequency you tune to is high or low. It depends on you and the things you do, the way you spend your time and occupy your mind. Oh, take the time to free your mind. I know there's many questions that you'd like to ask, but you're missing all the love that comes across your path. So take it slow. Let the river flow. Feel the healing. Gentle cleansing. Oh, take the time to free your mind. Free your mind. Free your mind. Free. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That song has been on my heart all day, and actually for a couple of weeks now. I recorded it on my album, Reverend Yolanda's Country Gospel Kirtan. And there's just so many things that we've talked about, the Tao Te Ching and different teachings from Regina that just encouraged me to listen instead of talk too much. Talk so much. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Let's see. I got to read this again because, the Tao Te Ching is everything. And we've been looking at the Tao Te Ching by Regina, and I am completely stopped by 24, number 24, which is abstinence, which we just discussed earlier, but it just really speaks to me, and I'm going to read it again. The one who tries to stand taller than others does not stand firm. The one who tries to please everyone will not go far. Hello, who's the people pleaser in this room? Over here. The one who wants to be seen will not shine. The one who is narcissistic cannot be clear. The one who is self-critical feels worthless. Neither one who wallows in self-pity nor one who boasts will endure. To those who dwell in the way, these ways are like too much food, needless. We persistently abstain from these behaviors. They have no place to one who practices the way. This just continually feeds me and nourishes me and um, and allows me to step back and listen and let God lead the way. So here we are, and I'm so glad you're here. I want to jump over and say hi to Cam and Ellie. I'm so glad they're here. Hey, you guys, I can't see you right now because I'm on the spotlight, but are you there? There you are. Howdy, howdy. Can you just unmute for a second so we can just say hi?
Can you guys hear us?
Oh, now I can. Yeah.
Hello. Hey,
Hi, everyone. It's
everybody.
Cam and Ellie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Loving you from here in Wisconsin.
Oh,
Love goes out to the Pool family.
yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
of course, Sana and everybody here who's been so loving in going to the classes and being vigilant.
Yeah.
And Reverend Yolanda, of course, we've known her for a while, and we have some specific songs for you a little bit later. And we're also going to share a little bit about our story.
I'm so
So good
excited.
to be here.
I'm so excited you guys are here. This is very special to me tonight. And we've, I just feel like we've developed such a lovely friendship. And I can't wait to dive into it all. And especially the year that, or however long it's been since we last talked to you. There's been so much that has transpired. So um, I feel really called to sing two more songs if you don't mind. And then we'll jump back in to everything Cam and Ellie because I love you so dearly. All right, we'll be right back. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna play a song now, actually that I hope to record, but I didn't write this song, and that's kind of unusual for me. I usually only record things that I write, but this was written by a friend of mine that I went to seminary with. Her name is Reverend Joelle Dannant, and we used to sing together a lot. And I've asked her before if I can record this song, and so now I'm waiting for her permission. But I know she won't mind if I share it with you, and I hope you enjoy it. It's called Sacred Mystery. You are a sacred mystery, forever unfolding in the great mystery of the universe. May your unfolding forever keep growing in that sacred loving grace that is your destiny, resting in the light, abiding in the heart, resting in the light, abiding in the heart, resting in the light, abiding in the heart. You are a sacred mystery. We are a sacred mystery, the universe. May your unfolding forever keep growing in that sacred loving grace that is your destiny. We are resting in the light, abiding in the heart. We are resting in the light, abiding in the heart. We are resting in the light, abiding in the heart. We are a sacred mystery. You and I, we are a sacred mystery. Oh, thank you so much. Goodness. So, the first time I heard Joelle sing that song, I hope she says yes too. I love that. I just really love that song. Thank you, Sina. Um, the first time I ever heard Joelle sing that song was the first time I ever heard the term sacred mystery, and that's actually the term that I use now mostly for what we call God or Holy Spirit or that sort of thing. And it just made a huge impact on me, as you can see. It really is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. Resting in the light, abiding in the heart. Well, today is the Hindu celebration of Diwali, which is the light coming back to, to the darkness. So a lot of cultures during this time of the year have similar practices where we celebrate the light returning. And so I'm thinking of it this year as me returning to the light that I know I am. So that's kind of how I wanted to share that with you. And one more song I want to sing before we go to Cam and Ellie is it's actually one of my oldest songs and one of my most requested songs. It's called "We Are Angels." If any of you know it. But what prompted it today was reading for Regina, and when she asked me to read the excerpts this morning, this one from NTI Revelation chapter 1 just really spoke to me, and I'm on verse 17 and 18 where it says, "The Christ within is your guide on this muddled and tricky path. By listening only to it, shall you find your way." This muddled and tricky path. Sometimes it can be quite a thing living this life. And I'm so grateful for Regina's homily this morning where she talked about that just because, we're following the spiritual path doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going to go smoothly or the way that we want it to go. So that's a theme that I've been carrying all day and contemplating, and something I want to talk to Cam and Ellie about. So, but before we do that, I'm going to play "We Are Angels." Why do you feel so out of place? So out of touch with the human race? don't seem to understand why a brother won't lend a helping hand. Why do people tear apart? Ooh, your tender heart. Why does the nighttime seem so dark? When the light shines inside your heart, we are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. You tell me of the things you fear. You push away, then you pull me near. You tell me of your fantasies. I love the way that you speak honestly. Why is it so hard to love the one you've been dreaming of? Don't you see yourself in me? I see myself in you. Don't you see what we can be? We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. Time heals all pain. That's the way of the world. Time will bring you around again. Ooh, that's the way of the world. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. La 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 la. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, everyone. Oh wow, thanks, Sandra. Thanks, Jill. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks for your kind words. I really appreciate it. Wow, that's so sweet. I'm about to cry, so let me move forward and introduce you to the amazing, wonderful couple that is Cam and Ellie Kennedy. I want to read y'all's bio here for a second, so just give me a second because I love this bio. And somebody wrote the cutest thing, the sweetest thing about you guys on Facebook, and I just want to read it. Okay, so here it is. The Kennedy family band, Cameron and Ellie Kennedy, based out of Madison, Wisconsin, are a rare breed of sweetness. Yes! That was a comment on your Facebook page. I really, I really love that. You are a rare breed of sweetness, that's for sure. Um, so, battling cancer and Lyme disease, respectively, they are overcoming huge obstacles to be a demonstration for good and put kindness into the world through their work with A Course in Miracles International, the International Peace Orchestra, and the Kindness Academy, which I want to hear about because I don't really know about that. So Cameron is a world traveling Australian psychotherapist, public speaker, documentarian, author, and musician. Ellie is also a world traveler, musical theater actress, concert pianist, and choir director and musician, and has the hugest heart and such a beautiful voice. Many have fallen in love with her voice and powerful presence. Currently, Ellie is profoundly disabled by Lyme disease, but still has her voice and indomitable spirit, which you will see. Their original songs are about struggle and redemption, historical heroes and mavericks, inner dialogue, seeking the light, and finding a reason in a crazy world. And you can find their music at www.ckband.wordpress.com. So I'll put that in the chat. And everybody, please welcome Cam and Ellie. Hey, y'all.
Wow, that was quite an intro.
Well, I just had to. You're just so wonderful.
Hey
And
guys, hey everybody. Hey Connie, hey Glenn.
Just wanted to say, oh, hi,
Jacqueline.
Glenn.
Hey everybody.
Just want to say how beautiful you look, Yolanda, and I can tell you've been singing already today and all gone in the light, because wow, you have a lot of energy right now.
oh my goodness, thank you. This has been a really amazing day in the sanctuary, and I just, every time I come here, I just am filled with such light and love, and it's been especially meaningful to me today when I think about, some of the things that we talked about in Soundcheck and different, different aspects of our lives. I mean, there's so much to talk about, but I'm gonna wait for a second so y'all can sing a song, and then we'll dive into some conversation. How's that?
Okay, well, you had mentioned about talking about our story a little bit and how we, maintain being miracle minded and staying in a state of forgiveness. So I've had Lyme disease for 13 years. Unbeknownst to us, it is sexually transmitted, but we didn't know he had it. In fact, what happened was he got the COVID vaccine, and I had to be careful because sometimes I have reaction to vaccine having Lyme disease. He was the one that had the reaction. So when he had this really big reaction, we tested him for Lyme, he tested positive. So then when he started treating Lyme, that's when lymphoma came out, because undiagnosed Lyme disease turns into cancer and other things that the immune system is supposed to get rid of. And he's had allopathic treatment as well as holistic treatment, and he's done with that part of the lymphoma treatment, and now he's still treating Lyme, the original cause, and a co-infection, but it's been quite the year of treatments for him. And we wrote this song called Beyond the Body Through the Golden Arc of Light. And you had mentioned a friend who, a spiritual friend who's going through a lot of physical things. And usually I mean, really, all we can offer is an experience, because I don't have anything physical to offer. And in fact, I'm quite dizzy and I don't really have much of a breath. So we switched around what songs we're going to do, and we'll see about that. But so what is our experience? How can you stay miracle minded? Well, the experience is, described in chapter 21. And that's what Cam wrote this song about. It's funny too, because there's one line that people always skip over. It says, "Who needs do nothing has no need for time." yeah, I need do nothing. I need do nothing. And we're remembering this as we approach the grand event. And we're on the other side coaching ourselves along. You know, we are the Holy Spirit with a foot in seemingly both worlds at the moment during the transition. So, beyond the body, beyond the sun and stars, past everything you see and yet somehow familiar, is an arc of golden light that stretches as you look into a great and shining circle. And all the circle fills with light before your eyes. The edges of the circle disappear, and what is in it is no longer contained at all. The light expands and covers everything, extending to infinity, forever shining, and with no break or limit anywhere. Within it, everything is joined in perfect continuity, nor is it possible to imagine that anything could be outside, for there is nowhere that this light is not. This is the vision of the Son of God, whom you know well. Here is the sight of him who knows his Father. Here is the memory of what you are. A part of this, with all of it within, and joined to all, as surely as all is joined in you. Except the vision that can show you this, and not the body. You know the ancient song, and know it well. Nothing will ever be as dear to you as is this ancient hymn, the Son of God sings to his Father still. And now the blind can see, for that same song they sing in honor of their Creator gives praise to them as well. The blindness that they made will not withstand the memory of this song, and they will look upon the vision of the Son of God, remembering who he is they sing of. What is a miracle but this remembering? And who is there in whom this memory lies not? The light in one awakens it in all. And when you see it in your brother, you are remembering for everyone.
This song has no word. Into the light, all exist. And remain. These things I've done, seen and heard, all but a dream. Forever the same. Through the golden arc of light, transported beyond yourself. Who needs to nothing, has no need for time. This instant is all it took to restore you to your real life. Meaningless forms, I laugh at them all. Throw down the sword in the space where time once was, the dream I looked upon. Shared beyond the body through the golden arc of light, transported beyond yourself. Who needs to nothing, has no need for time. This instant is all it took to restore you to your real life.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, goodness. That just made me go, woo. Just in
That's what we
shivers.
like to hear.
That's what we like to hear.
We're looking for woo.
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 We do a song called the Kundalini song.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a blues number.
Ooh, get down. Get down. Well, let's see. We've got some wonderful comments. Sounds heavenly. Glenda
Oh, good.
says, such a gift you share. Sweet from Lynn. George says, love your songs. And Jill Grace is saying all in caps, wow, absolutely gorgeous. Woohoo!
Aw, that's so sweet.
All
Thank
in
you.
caps, yay.
All in caps.
Originally, when Reverend Yolanda talked to us about Sounds of Awakening, and we've done this is probably our third time now.
Third time, yeah.
It took us this long to remember that Cam's done a documentary specifically about musicians and the awakening.
Oh, wow.
And we got to interview 8 to 10 people who we used to do bands with from the academy and from outside the academy too. Anyway, Cam is going to leave the link to the something. Can you go?
Yeah, the trailer.
Why don't you go do it now?
Oh, I'm going to do it now.
That's great, please, because
Is that cool?
I was gonna
Yeah, let's put it in the chat.
Okay,
I was gonna ask you, because that sounds amazing. I truly want to watch.
And then if you can leave his email address, we're doing a special event in December that is all of the artists from the album The 12 Great Rays that we did many years ago that has 12 different songs and 12 different artists. And all 12 of us are going to meet in a Zoom room as an anniversary, of that album.
Yolanda would like to come and play too or something.
Yeah. Would Yolanda like to come and play?
Maybe.
Sure, I would love to. Like,
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, we'll have to get you the information and
Okay.
everything. It's
December.
it's on a Sunday
Okay,
in December.
okay. We'll
I
see.
think the 14th. I want to say.
Okay, we'll see
you
how.
know, I hope that's when, because we have someone joining us from Australia.
We will. Yeah, if anyone wants to, we have like a mailing list of all the stuff we're doing.
Sure.
Uh,
Do you want to put your
thingy
email in
well,
the
just mail me. I haven't set it up so you can opt in, but mail me and I will put you on the list if you want.
Okay, doke.
And I think Ellie's adding my email there.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, I was just gonna.
Yeah, cool.
And Cam, if you can just turn up your mic just a tad, that would be great.
How's that? Is that a little better?
That's a little better, thank you. Yeah,
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much.
Like if it was soft enough, you could play the Kundalini song if I sang.
Yeah, I can do whatever you want, honey.
Do you want to hear the Kundalini song?
I would love that, please.
Okay. Because the other thing, we have 2 lesson songs. I Will Not Be Afraid of Love Today and God Is With Me. I Live and Move in Him, which is like really super wordy. But it's such a beautiful lesson. How about if I just read a bit of this lesson and
Sure.
then we'll do the Kundalini song?
Oh, do that. Yeah, I definitely want to hear the Kundalini
It
song.
says, God is with me, I live and move in Him. God is with me, He is my source of life. The light within, the air I breathe, the food by which I am sustained. The water which renews and cleanses me. He is my home wherein I live and move. He covers me with kindness and care and holds in love the sun he shines above. How still is He who knows the truth of what we speak today. Father, we have no words except your name upon our lips and in our hearts. As we come quietly into your presence now and ask to rest with you in peace a while. God is with me, I live and move in Him. God is with me, He is my source of life, the light within, the air I breathe. God is my home wherein I live and move.
That was some of the chords to that song. What would you like to do, honey? Oh, okay.
This is the Kundalini song, and it's a really old song. I have to kind of preface it a tiny bit because some of you may know I'm the daughter of a guru who taught A Course in Miracles and never stopped teaching. From the day he got the book, he never took a day off and never stopped teaching. I mean, and his
Sounds
name
like
was
my husband.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Thank
like-
God for him.
Sounds like Glenn.
I love Glenn. Oh God, I love his teaching so much. It is so smack dab on. It's on the mark, as we like to say. Yeah, on the mark. Kata, which is the term for sin in Arabic. Well, anyway, so we called him Dear One, or someone named him Master Teacher, and so we went with it for the videos. But like he would say, point to your head and say his initials: MT, MT, empty, empty, empty. Like he was never one to shy away, as serious as he was and as confrontative as his teaching was. He was never one to shy away from dropping his trousers and having, Green Bay Packers boxer shorts on, and putting on the Firehouse Five, the fastest jazz you'll ever hear from the 1920s, and then like dance his way out of the room. He always left everybody with a smile, no matter what journey he'd take you on. And he was always there for you afterwards. That's the thing. Like he would never like drop a truth turd on you and run, Like if he dropped a truth bomb on you, he would stick around, And if you had to talk about it, he'd help you convert it. And he got that from the AA program, basically. So when it says that Master Teacher said, "Hey dummy, take a look at it," for a long time people thought that meant like he was putting people's IQ down, like you're a dummy. But actually, when he would look at sleeping minds, they looked like a ventriloquist dummy to him. So that's why he would say, "Hey dummies," because we would look out after saying something truthful, and then everybody would be like this. Or they have the furrowed brow. Sometimes you want to have them kind of rub out that third eye a little bit. Just rub that little place because your brow is so furrowed, Just let a little light in there, So when it says, "Hey dummy, take a look at it," that's why, because the connections he would make were just, if you could track with him, man. Oof. Usually it just kind of send you out into light, and then you wouldn't remember. And like I thought we were all hearing the same session, and then afterwards I'd ask so and so, "Did you hear when he said this?" No, they didn't hear that. They heard him say this. I didn't hear that, and I never knew that was until like years later. Okay. Anyway.
I was walking down the street on one fine day when the Master Teacher came my way. He told me stuff like I'm full of it. He said, "Hey dummy, take a look at it." So I sat right down to just wait and see. Knew the Kundalini got a hold on me. Can you feel the Kundalini? Can you feel the Kundalini? No, it ain't no magic genie. It's the real live snake of the Kundalini. Oh, sit right back to just wait and see. Knew the Kundalini got a hold on me. Well, I thought I was a human on a place called the earth. I had a little death, I even had a little birth. I thought that it was real, I thought that so was I. But then I found out that, man, I can't die. So I sat right down to just wait and see. I knew the Kundalini got a hold on me. It makes you shake, rattle and roll. Oh, shake, rattle and roll. Don't it make you quake, rattle and roll. Oh, shake, 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 rattle and roll. Well, I'll sit right down to just wait and see. right down and just take it home. Ooh, the Kundalini got a hold on me, brothers, sisters, everyone now,
Oh my goodness.
We did it.
Yeah,
It's
did it.
very,
Did it.
that was very different from sound check.
Oh, that was so fun. Oh my
I
God.
hope the levels were okay.
Yeah. Oh no, you're sounding great right now. Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
good.
That
Okay.
was perfect. That was so much fun. Everybody's having a great time.
Oh, I'm so glad to share that. I love that one.
I'm so glad you did. Everybody's going, I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much fun. Feel the
That
good
was actually
energy.
my very first Holy Instant. I was just visiting Endeavor Academy because my dad is the master teacher.
Oh yeah.
And I was visiting, never had an experience, had no idea what was going on,
Right.
was super depressed. I was an actress in Chicago, and
Uh,
God, it was hard. Anyway,
yeah.
someone asked me to play piano. I was a concert pianist,
Mm.
and someone asked me to play piano in their class, in their Course in Miracles class. That's as simple as it was. I was playing piano, and I started to feel the Kundalini, which I didn't know what it was at the time, at the base of my spine, like a snake revving up the bottom of base of my back. And
Yeah.
I kept saying, "Why is my back like?" I was sitting at the piano bench, and so after the class, our friend Rosie from England, one of the first people to come sit with my dad for a while, I always loved her. She was a jolly person, a real English lady, had tea and all that. And I thought, well, I'm already in the classroom and I like Rosie. I might as well sit through her class. I got nothing else to do. And so she taught that class, and I started feeling something in my heart, and it started rising. And then I was like crying, but I didn't know why. And then I came up to her afterwards, and I said, I'm starting to kind of understand what you're saying. And she just looked at me, said, "Yes, dear one." And then she said, "You are love." And that was the last thing I saw. And the whole world disappeared. And all I saw was her face, like the face of Christ. And we just
Wow.
completely rose. The whole world disappeared, like starting from one side of her face. It went zoop like that. And then we rose up, and then I don't know what happened, but then I was crying, and I was running around the academy looking for the telephone to call my dad to tell him that I woke up. I didn't even know what that meant. Here it is, like the smallest holy instant, if you even knew had a glimpse of what the truth is really trying to offer us, right? You'd
Yeah.
run to death by your own hand, living
Oh, I
on
know,
after
right?
seeing
Yeah.
that being impossible. That was for Glenn.
Yeah, that was okay. Seriously.
Oh, yeah. So that was my very first thing. And then I kept saying, "This is what you're doing here?" Because it just looked like a bunch of real dropouts to me.
And then it got a hold of you.
Oh, my God. And then I just wanted to drop out, too. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? There's a God? There's a God? Like, I never had an experience. I
Oh,
was so lonely before that. Man.
oh, I hear you. I hear you.
And that's how I get through this, supposed illness, wellness, whatever is happening to me, a transformation. The first 20 years of my life, I was a recluse, or I was but we traveled a lot, and taught and all that. But now it's like I'm not around anybody,
Mm.
So, I mean, the academy, I was around 300 people every day, and traveling and everything. And now it's become just me. It's just so personal. I'm not helping wake up people anymore.
Right. Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. I mean, we need our elder brothers, but I just spiritually bypassed so much of myself,
Mm.
because I was in the moment with what my dad was doing,
Right.
and
Right.
he only had a certain amount of time, and he was pushing, so I organized all these choirs and bands, and oh God, we had so much fun, so much fun. And, but now, it's gotten down to the physical transformation,
Right.
which, and we can tell your friend who's going through this that the awakening is physical because we think we are physical.
Mm.
So it encompasses every part of us. So why wouldn't it encompass the physical as
Sure.
well?
Of course.
Um,
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, even when my dad was going through it in 1979, he didn't know what was happening. He had no frame of reference. And, all of a sudden he woke up with complete arthritis, or he woke up with this migraine. He was hitting his head against the wall and had to be ambulance to the hospital.
Wow.
And he was in the hospital and hooked up to all the tubes. And they said his head was about to explode in his brain.
Wow.
And he looked up and he saw two spirits kind of walking by that sort of gave him a glance like, oh, who are you? And he said, look, what's happening to me? And they said, oh, it's just a process. And off they went. Just a process. Just a process.
Wow.
Look at me. I've got this. I've got that. Well, he was a Marine, in World War II. So he just pulled the tubes out of himself and started walking down the hallway with no shoes, going to his car, saying, it's just a process. It's just a process. And the nurse is carrying his shoes. Mr. Anderson, don't forget your shoes. You can't leave. Your brain is going to explode. So
Wow.
anyway, that's just like some of the stories. I mean, one day I came home from school and the whole house smelled like chocolate cake. And it was coming from my top of my dad's head.
Up.
And then years and years later, I watched the movie Michael, the angel that John Travolta plays. And they say right there, oh yeah, he smells like chocolate cookies. He smells like chocolate cake.
Really?
I mean, I was just a child. I was a kid. So I couldn't have and I am an idealist, and I really do believe anything anyone tells me. So there is that factor in it too, that I am very easily swept up into miracle. Ever since I was a kid. And so, yeah, I came home. It smelled like chocolate cake. He said, you smell that too? You smell that too? Smell the top of my head.
Whoa, that is so funny. I've
It only
never
happened
heard
once.
that.
Yeah.
Never.
And it was as he was purifying himself.
Well, me and Glenn right now are going through all kinds of purification, so it makes sense, symptoms are sort of running through the body and all kinds
Oh,
of
bless your heart. Be gentle. Be gentle.
yeah,
Yeah. Especially in this light pitch, it's like a little goes a long way.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I'm sure you guys know
Well,
that.
I just quickly, we've got about 10 minutes left, and I want to hear another song, but just quickly, I was so impressed with you two going to the Parliament of World Religions this year, and I know you invited me to come, and we weren't able to come, but I just wondered if you'd give us a little bit about that experience, because with everything that's going on in your world, I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, that's impressive.
Well, have you got all day? There was 7,000 of the most beautiful spiritual people in the world gathered in Chicago, and I was still in the midst of some of the cancer treatments, actually. I've done chemo and radiation, and but we try to live what we teach, I guess, and I'm not a body, and so we were like, well, let's just pretend we can do it. And Ellie had a electric wheelchair that she gets around in.
Because I had just had a complete hip replacement.
Wow, really? I didn't know that. Oh my.
And I was experiencing encephalic swelling, so I felt like my brains were coming out my ears too.
Talk about the spirit provides, right? We were able to perform twice.
And one of the fun things was that we did some experimenting here, and we set up a tow cane, and I was in one wheelchair and she was dragging me, and we went to Culver's one night to test it.
Okay,
And
so
everyone was waving out.
imagine me in the electric motorized scooter, and then you take a cane, right, and hook the cane to here, and he's holding on to the cane in the back in a normal wheelchair, and so I'm pulling him, so it's like a train of wheelchairs, and that's how we got around the Parliament.
Oh my God.
They were calling us the peace train because we were all like waving like the Queen and the King,
That's awesome.
And we spent a lot of meditative prayer in the hotel,
Yeah.
praying that we would be okay, and we were able to perform twice, and it was an amazing journey. And also one of the performances had been kind of designed to include Yolanda, and so Yolanda sent us a video to play in the auditorium. And it was one of those things where everybody knows about how, confronting matriculation into a communicative event is often gate kept by a lot of experiences of direct impossible events, right? And so, of course, the video didn't work, and then the laptop didn't work, and then the power went down. And Ellie was like, I'm just not going to sabotage the potential for the miracle of this showing.
I
And
was determined to show your video. I didn't care what had to happen.
yeah, it was, I believe in that because, turns out there was one woman or one person in the audience who grabbed us and said, I'm so powerfully affected by what Yolanda said in that video, and they were instantly friends on Facebook. So, sometimes it really is just for the one moment, but that moment might be, the most powerful moment that people have ever experienced in their lives,
That's true.
and, without going into the stories of identity and change and things,
Yeah.
a lot of folks do experience a real sense of isolation in their journey as
Yeah.
an identity in the world.
Right.
And we have a daughter who is pansexual, I guess. Yeah, and so we just felt it was really authentic to deliver that message. And of course the Parliament is like diving into a giant spin dryer.
Ah,
Everyone, it's crazy, it's chaos, it's beautiful. There were 7,000 people there, but it was the first time that they had done it physically in a number of years post-pandemic.
right.
And no one really knew what the hell they were doing, and they were supposed to get 300 volunteers to serve, and only 100 showed up. So on the first day of registration, it was going to take 4 hours, and there was literally this sort of serpentine line going so far that we thought, well, I guess we're just going to camp out to get in. And then, these miracles would happen. Like one of the board members that we didn't know at the time, the board member just came up to us, who we were literally the last people in the line. And he said, oh, you probably don't need to do that. We just won't check badges today.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, okay, cool. And so, those are just a couple of the wild experiences when when you enter into the physical relationship of trying to establish a
Yeah.
connection like we are now. A lot of what happens is a disruption of
Yes.
the form relationship as it's converted by the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Exposure is part of the journey,
Yeah.
right?
And chaos.
Yeah.
And so we use the art of thought to learn how to exist in impossible moments. And that's why I was kind of laughing because 5 minutes before the show, Ellie's got her eyes closed, sitting on a chair
With my head in my hand.
with no shirt on, going, I can't do this.
Oh goodness. Oh.
And then she's screaming a blues song. So
Yeah.
I've learned to expect that we don't know what's going to happen, and it can be fun. But
One other woman, I hardly met anyone else, try to say it as quick as possible, but I did meet a woman from Albuquerque who is a Unity Church minister who knows Jerry Jampolsky very well and received one of the copies of A Course in Miracles before it was published. And some may know the story, but A Course in Miracles International, my dad's organization, the copyright ended up getting freed up after we were sued for going past fair use. But the foundation also sued like 8 to 10 other churches for handing out little booklets of prayers, and then anyway, met the lady, and turns out, yeah, she was one of the ones that received these copies that were printed off so much you couldn't read it anymore, and because of that, it couldn't hold a copyright. So it was nothing that anybody did wrong. They just didn't get a copyright early enough, and because they sued us, they lost the copyright. But yeah, it was really interesting just walking along. Is only one of 2 people I really met who was like, yeah, I got one of those early copies of The Course in Miracles fresh off the press.
That's amazing. Well, listening to you two, I'm so sorry, but it's 8:58 and we're supposed to end at 9. But
oh, that's fine.
No, well, no, I think everybody would truly appreciate if you did one more song, right? Can everybody hang in for one more song? Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Okay.
all right. Well, you can give us the hook if we go over. Then I don't know what.
No, we're not gonna give you the hook. We just really love to hear
Well,
from
this is one of the songs that we this has got a great story too, because Ellie, had never written a song, and I said, well, let's write one. And this was the first song that she wrote connected to a lesson.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm not much of a writer. I like to do other people's things. I'm a musical theater actress. And he's the writer, so I just got so mad I had to write it. I got mad at not being able to write. It's a lesson. I will not be afraid of love today. I will not be afraid of love today. Realize this and salvation would be reached for all the world. I will not be afraid of love today. This the decision not to be insane and to accept myself as God Himself, my Father, my source, created me. There's the determination not to be asleep while truth remains forever, living in the joy of love. This the choice to recognize the self whom God created as the Son He loves and who remains my one identity. I will not be afraid of love today. I will not be afraid of love today. Realize this and salvation could be reached for all the world. Just gonna change. I will not be afraid of love today. I will not be afraid of love today. I will not be afraid of love today. Realize this and salvation would be reached for all the world. I will not be afraid of love today. Of love today. We skipped the bridges. And I wanted to tell Reverend Yolanda what a beautiful ending note of We Are Angels. When you went up into your high falsetto, it was so beautiful. It took me right out.
Oh, you are so sweet. Wow.
Love you all so much. Love
We
you all
love
so
you.
much.
We love
Get
you.
on our mailing list so we can keep in contact better, okay?
Absolutely.
I'll
Yeah.
send it to Jacqueline. I love you guys. Love your house and everything you're doing. Connie, say hi to Ellen. Say hi to Marge. Say hi to everyone. Love you all. Bye,
Love you
Glenn.
too. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Oh, goodness. Oh, just beautiful, beautiful comments in the chat. So if you get a chance to look, please do. All right. This has been a glorious day. Thank you so much for joining us, Cam and Ellie, and for everybody to stick around and listen to the program tonight. We love you so much. So I'll turn this back over to Sina.